a huge part of the reason I fish is just to, get away from everything, When you're in nature and when you're in a place where there's nothing man-made, no man-made noises, all you've got is just the bird song and the water rushing by. It's just peace, You get that real amazing feeling of just being out in the wild and being in a wild place, doing wild things. I think we're so lucky here in New Zealand to have our backcountry so untouched and so close to us as well, We spent the whole day walking around the side of the lake, kind of trying to spot fish. We saw a few fish and then they just weren't taking anything. I think it's that real bright sunlight often puts them off a lot, because you get that glisten of the line in the water and they see that and they're just like, oh. We had the fly rod set up most of the day, throwing streamers through with nothing. We saw a few fish, but yeah, just nothing, no action. My dad hooked into something and it kind of didn't really do anything. We were like, oh, this could be big, this might not be big. Came off. We were like, oh, that was the one action for the day. And so we packed up our gear, got in the car, drove down the road a little bit, and there was a little drop off that goes down to this little platform. We went down there and like, oh, we'll just throw a lure in. So we tied on a little tiny soft bait with a spinner on. And it was crazy, it's almost like that classic. The sun just went behind the clouds, you got that real low light, cast out, and suddenly this fish just hits it. And I'm like, oh my god, yeah, finally got one on. And it acts like a 3-4 pound fish for the first 5 minutes. Comes up and we're trying to get a good look at it, and it rises out of the water and we just sit there and go like, holy crap, we just lost our minds when we saw it in the water. I don't know how we landed it. We were on 6 pound leader. We were just biting our nails the whole time going like, there's no way we're gonna land this thing. We finally got in the net 20 minutes later and we just holy crap, went straight down to 14.5 pounds. It was funny, it didn't fight much at the start, and then after we saw it, surfaced once and it was just like zzz, there's really big runs, and that was when we were like, oh, okay, here we go. That was an example of fish that I was just had no idea, I knew there was double-digit fish in there, but 14.5, I was just like, catch and release should be a thing you should practice a lot. Sometimes when I know if a place has a good population, I know I can take a 3-4 pound fish in. And I mean, a 3-4, maybe 5 pound fish is a good eating fish, I think it's really important for people to learn how to get their own food and preparing your own food. I feel so grateful to have someone like my dad who has so much knowledge. I go with him because it was fun to go with him, but I never go on my own. Finally, I had a friend who was like, hey, do you go fishing? Funnily enough, that trip, I got a 5 pound fish. And I got home and showed my dad the picture, and he was like, what the heck? Never seen a fish that big out there and stuff. And I was like, oh crap, this is actually really fun. Having that person to go out with, having another person to go out with changes a lot of things. And after that, I was just like with everything, if you have people you know and people you enjoy spending time around, get out doing it with you, it makes everything so much better. Grab some rods, even if you've never done it before.